Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Texans offense going to go to work, and it is Deshaun Watson at quarterback.
And I think if you're handing out hardware through 2 weeks of the season, he might be your MVP. Already 7 touchdown passes in just 2 games. As we do know, though, in real life, they don't hand you out anything this early. A lot of games left to get through between now and the playoffs.
Now a first down throw. Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have its hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
To try again after the sack. Watson. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 9. Back to throw, Watson. He completes it to Hunter. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The numbers for him from a week ago. 16 carries, 102 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. It's caught by Davis. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Well, this defense for the Bills, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 104 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Finding Knox there, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The play fake. James. They'll roll him out right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Now the try here for the point after. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. We get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Watson now to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunter. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And a quick throw here that's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Off of play action, it's Watson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Throwing on third down, Watson.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now a give to Taylor. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. James throwing on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Pass on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and his Texans offense. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. On first down, Watson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. And to give this time to the tailback. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Bills to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Off play action. James. Caught on the right side by Jones. 7 yards the pickup there.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
2nd down and 3.
On the handoff, Taylor. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. James. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll run here with Taylor. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So simple math here in the 1st half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0. Kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the 1st half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And this will be a Texans first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's Watson. He finds his man complete. That's Jordan. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From just shy of midfield, Watson. And he's got some space here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for, and he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Now Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off play action. James rolling to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Bills are able to add on to their first half lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Throwing again on second down. Watson got his man complete over the middle. It's Jordan. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Texans send the punter out. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A final shot before break. James sliding out of the pocket. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And got his man complete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where you see the final score there. Javonte Williams, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Joe Burrow, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. And finally, a good one scheduled for Monday Night Football between the Washington football team and the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, That could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
James now on 1st and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play here for Buffalo.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Knox. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
2nd and 5 from the 8. Off the play fake. James. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Off play action. James. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Bills. From 8 yards out. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Here's Watson. On the slant, he's got Davis. He's at the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play there for Houston.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg race.
And their first pick, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Watson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Out of the gun, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And his kick is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. Really solid effort for him right now. 3rd quarter, already 4 touchdown passes. How many can he get here?
That remains to be seen, but I know one thing. You and I will be here to watch. And I'm not going anywhere.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play here for Buffalo.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, James. Complete to Jones. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. And quickly they get to the line. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Off play action. James. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll get this down to the 10. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. James out to his left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bills head on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. they got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Bills get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Pass on for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And now out comes Houston. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
On 1st and 10, Watson.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Shaw. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and 2, Watson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. Here's James. Off play action.
So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Off play action. James. He'll buy some time right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
It's been a long day for you. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Hey, pick your game up. You go tight. You got tight. Go, Ring. Go. Hey, go.
To throw is James. Throwing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Watson on 1st down.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Watson. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off at the 28. 20. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bills are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Tyler Bass now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. And what would you say? Is it the offensive line that has caused a lot of this pressure to get back there?
That's always the first place that you have to look to see what's going on. But part of it is so difficult to simulate this type of pass rush in practice because the speed, the ferocity, the quickness, some of the change-ups and how they get at the quarterback that you may not have seen on film. All that is different. You can practice it as much as you want to. You can even insert smaller, faster guys in positions that show that the speed's going to be quicker. But until the whistle blows and you play for real, it's just not the same.
And not as easy to implement on game day. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, he finds his man, complete. That's Hunter. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. A.J. Epinesa able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Watson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
3rd and long, it's Watson, and that is incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This is taken around the 12. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 112 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll roll him out right. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Houston set to take over. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
That's the way. Hey, check back 34. Mike, 34. Check back. Let's go.
On first down, it's Watson. And he's got Jordan complete right side. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. Now this is picked up by the Bills.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Defense, let's go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Check 24, check 24. Panther 60, Panther 60. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 44's the mic. Let's go.
Off the play fake. James. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Check 31, check 31.
Looking to throw. James. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They're still throwing the football here. And obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
I'm going back to you. Football's the mic. Mike's let's stay 19. Pace. Let's go. 44.
Off play action. James. Got a man. It's Schwartz complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Houston's offense taking over again. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A big offense. offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Buffalo, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they suffer defeat for the first time as they drop to 2-1. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.